I don't think I've been too keen on Rae Sremmurd in the past, but I've come to accept that they have a place as a young wild duo spouting out fun but anxious hip-hop bangers. I say anxious because the beats they use are dark and gloomy, but the energy over the top of them is infectious, sometimes. Amazingly, they figured that their style of pop rap was so potent that it could fill a 3-disc album. You'd have to admire that bravery considering how spacious it is between cases of double albums working out nowadays. Rae Sremmurd doing a triple album is akin to Weezer writing a Broadway musical. Nevertheless, I gave this a good, fair, full listen, and I have to say, Shrem certainly improves as it goes on, but in the same way that you'd have to get used to the smell of blue cheese the more you're around your suburban auntie's barbecue entrees. And just like blue cheese, trap rap is very popular with crackers. Even as a duo on the first disc, the Eardrummers fall short on delivering good material consistently. Even with anxious and cold beats that I am genuinely impressed by the production of, the songs sound really empty, and it's as if they just don't know what to fill in the blanks with when they write lyrics. And since they can't hold themselves on the beat simply because they genuinely don't bother to, the beats feel like they drag on for ages. They'll sound great for a minute, but will absolutely refuse to go away after they expire like WinRAR trial messages. Also impressive after all of that to think that it's The Weeknd with the most tedious feature. The only thing worse than Sremmurd repeating the same vapid lines over and over is Abel Tesfaye singing them so melodramatically as if he's been given lyrics to an Antlers song. Up in My Cocina, Powerglide and Teed Up are the best songs on Shrem Disc 1. 4 out of 10. Now Swae Lee's solo disc, Swaycation, is the next part of this trapular epic. Extremely witty wordplay there, lad. At first I was endeared by Swae's primary use of auto-tune singing, and this manifested itself well on the first track or two, but as it goes on it just becomes monumentally annoying. Again, it's like there's just not enough happening from Swae Lee to hold up a track by himself. Man has to rely on guest features to fill in the blanks, and yet there'll still be lots of blanks left. Again, feeling very sparse and empty, and as if the songs are just borderline unfinished. The very chirpy Offshore is great though, and not just because of a thugger, although Bossman kills it there also. It's just a genuinely fun song, and I feel like they actually tried to inject a little bit of energy and excitement into it all. Dancehall beats, pop rhythms, expect a lot of attempts at being catchy, but not actually ending up being that catchy overall. Other great tracks are Touchscreen Navigation, Heat of the Moment, and Guatemala. 4 out of 10. Slim Jxmmi drops an absurdly racist line towards the end of his solo disc Jimtro about being so high he looks Japanese, but the rest of his album actually bumps and rocks and swings itself around like a wild lightweight kid at a suburban house party when YMCA comes on. It's difficult to say that lyrically the Shrem members are very proficient, but are they trying to be? No. The only big drop in quality is Pharrell's squawky verse on Chanel, really, and even then I kinda see the fun in that. This third disc is a rush. It's great dumb litty music. Slim Jxmmi provides some of the most slick and confident bangers out of all that is here. Much like the notes of my biochem lecturer, there are a lot of highlights. Best tracks are Brxnks Truck, Players Club, Antisocial Smokers Club, Cap, Changed Up, and Growed Up. 7 out of 10. This triple album was a lost cause from conception. I went into it hoping for a wild time anyways, and yet if there's anything that a long runtime has done with the Eardrummers, it's emphasize all of their flaws. And with all 3 discs covered, the average score between them all is a 5 out of 10. A very hesitant, borderline, mediocre, slightly displeased 5 out of 10.